I pretty much did what I wanted to do, saw what I wanted to see, even if I could have seen more. And from there, I'm going to segue into my next Martinez station. This is kind of old hat for me. I've spent a lot of time waiting here, I know what to look for. Right now it's 7 o'clock, so I actually have 3 hours until my train comes, which is a bit much, but also I'm glad I didn't cut it short after such a long day. So I'll probably take a walk around Martinez. I might see if there's any food available, and then I'll probably just wait. I might fall asleep pretty quickly. It's been a long day. And the main point of this trip was to see the San Francisco Bay train systems, the journey to and from. I will show a little bit of that. I've shown that stuff before, so it'll be more like scraps and bits and bobs. Might still be some interest there, though. Looks like there's some music going on in here. When I came through here in December, I said, it might look quiet now. There will be stuff here in a couple months, and lo and behold, Martinez is waking up now that it's March. So I have a dilemma. I have a free pizza here. I actually went into a restaurant. Well, I saw some people with pizza in a box. And I was like, where did you get that pizza? Because it looked like a nice box. And I went there and I looked at the menu, and it was, well, I just want a personal pizza because I don't want to like stuff myself before I get on the train. And then I left because it was not what I was looking for. And somebody walked up to me and said, you can have my pizza. And, I would not say no to pizza, except this is bourgeois pizza. It has apple slices and sugary stuff. And I'm afraid if it's something that's too rich and unusual, I might not be able to, I might not be able to stomach it. Pizza is one of those things where the simpler you keep it, the better it is. I don't like to bee up food. The two worst foods to bee up are burritos and pizza. But I don't like to waste food. So I might have to put this pizza where somebody might be able to find it who maybe is not as a picky eater as me. And that's my current moral dilemma here in Martinez. And if somebody's paid this much money for pizza and just ate a slice of it, well, maybe it tells you something about the pizza that's trying too hard. I left the pizza on a park bench next to somebody who was sleeping on a park bench. Hopefully they will appreciate the pizza. I'm still hungry. I actually worked up quite an appetite today, and because I was traveling, I kept on eating. I was thirsty. I was hungry all day. I didn't want to eat because I would get thirsty, and so I still have to find some food, like a gooey, saucy mozzarella cheese pizza. I still have a couple hours to do that. Or I might just go back to the train station and eat some more crackers out of packages. This is the other pizza restaurant. That's the good pizza restaurant. The Keeping It Real pizza restaurant. Small personal pizzas, cheesy, not much going on there in a good way. Actually, I ordered and they said it was going to be a while, so I said, okay, I'll go for a walk and come back in 10 minutes, see how the pizza is progressing. Yeah, that's my goal for the night. I am kind of tired right now, so I'm kind of babbling. I had a really good pizza. There's a restaurant that's really good and pretty cheap pizza in Martinez, along with the bad pizza. And now I hit up this park. Last time I was here, it's a little bit warmer now than it was in December, so I'm just going to kind of walk around the park, see what's going on before going back and, doing the real waiting, I guess. There's one of the Caltrains coming. No, not Caltrain, excuse me. Corridors or... Corridor? Yeah, it's the Capital Corridor train's coming in. Okay, well, now I'm going to do some more wandering. So I'm down at the marina. Went further than I did in December, mostly because I have more energy. And it's open to cars, so I assume it's open to pedestrians. And It's a pretty pleasant place to be, although my tiredness might catch up with me and I might want to turn around, but for now it's kind of fun to be out here at night. Right now it's 8 p.m., so not even that late. The train comes at 10:30, so no reason not to head back there pretty soon. I can probably lie down and read a book for a while. Or I could just continue walking along this path. I mean, I probably will be kind of stuck in the Corvallis area for a while after I get home. I mean, I don't come here every day, so while I'm here, might as well make the best of it. Walking out along a path into the bay. That's a good thing to do. Well, this would be a fun thing to follow if it wasn't dark in the middle of the night in the swamp. So I'm just going to continue this way, which probably looks exactly like that way, but trust me, this is this way, not that way. Smells like eucalyptus here. I wish I could share that. Nice, dry, summery smell, even though it's only March. No dial tone. I can hear the frogs in the distance. I don't know if they're audible from here. The train gets here at 10:14, leaves at 10:26. It's a little bit early, so time to board easily. And according to the reader board, it's 9:57. So this is like what I do when I do the math in my head. Well, that's actually just 10. It'll be here at 10:10. So really I have to just wait 10 minutes. When really it's more like 17 minutes, which is a long time to be walking around. But in my head, I just edit it and round it until it seems like I'll hardly be out here at all. Which I kind of, in the scale of things, 17 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, it's not long to wait. Well, there we are, about to jump on this train. We're on the train and we're moving, and I'm probably going to conk out pretty soon. Early morning. We're in Oregon, just outside of Klamath Falls, and we'll be going into Klamath Falls soon. I don't even think I'm going to get off the train. I had a pretty busy day yesterday.
Klamath Falls to look at the pressure and stop. Step off the train, so you decided to smoke, make sure you are at least 20 feet away from any self-absorption. Last, certainly not just letting it dump it. There's a set of exposed railroad tracks between the trees.
Busy time at the Klamath Falls station, and I'm sitting comfortably in my seat.
The lounge car is open. They will be serving. Please listen for their announcement. If you're looking for restrooms, restrooms are located on the lower level of your accommodation cars and are identified by the restroom signs. There are no restrooms in any of our food service cars. Next station stop, Chemult, Oregon, about an hour and 20 minutes away. Again, Chemult, Oregon, up next, about an hour and 20 minutes away. And for those passengers who just noticed here at Klamath Falls, if for some reason the conductor was scanning your ticket out there on the platform, please have that ticket out and ready for scan. Conductor's going to be walking to the train here in just a moment. And just for our new friends that joined us here at Klamath, if you did not have your ticket scanned there by myself, either in the station or on the platform, please have that ticket out and ready for scan. I'd like to welcome you aboard the Amtrak Coast Starlight train number 14, northbound service. Hope you have a pleasant journey. For Klamath Lake, you're going to for Klamath Lake out the left-hand side of the train. The very icy body of water you're seeing out the left-hand side of the train. We're going to follow that here for about the next 15 minutes or so. So again, come to a brief stop just a moment, some freight traffic, then we'll be back underway.
This is Klamath Lake, and Compared to when I was here in December, it's a lot foggier, so we might not be able to see the mountain peaks, but Lake Saul is nice to look at.
Okay, let's move. And everybody would get up and they came back.
So we're working our way northward and upward, and the snow is getting deeper. The snow is getting thicker and heavier as we go further north, and it's kind of hard to get our bearings because it all looks the same, especially in the snow, but we're still south of Chemult, and so we're still in the high desert forest. Once we pass Chemult, then we'll get more into the Cascade Mountain forest. It's also pretty busy in here. There's all the party going on in the Coast Starlight Lounge.
I never was at it. Not on
There's a lot of snow in Chemult. As I've mentioned many times before, and actually as the conductor said before we got here, not a lot going on in Chemult. But it's important because it lets me know that we are making progress. It's snowing, it's also currently snowing as well. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of snow because we still have a ways to climb.
And as previously mentioned, Eugene will be one of those fresh air smoke stops. Much more information about that once we get a little closer. As we head down the mountain pass towards the next stop of Eugene, we're heading to a very remote portion of the country. And we're going to be losing cell phone coverage for a few hours. So, depending on your cell phone carrier, you're going to have about 20 to 30 minutes left of somewhat reliable coverage before we do lose it for more than 2 hours. So if you have any last minute calls, texts, or downloads to make, now is the time to do that. So if you want to look out on your phone, unfortunately, you'll just have to look out both sides of the train at the rivers, the lakes, the mountains, and the waterfalls going by. If you'd like to look aboard the Amtrak Coast Starlight train for 14 northbound service.
Incidentally, I also looked at the elevation sign. Chemult said 4764, so we are very close to a mile in altitude, and so that explains the snow. Now that we're about an hour, a little bit less than an hour north of Chemult, the high desert woodland is kind of being replaced by more of a traditional Cascades forest, and you can see the fresh snow on all the trees. So it's not real easy to tell from here, but there's about 4 or 5 feet in this snowpack, and right now I think it's probably still accumulating and will be for another couple weeks to a month. And all this snowpack is why Oregon usually doesn't burn down in the summer. So I think that what poll showed the height, and I think it was at least 6 feet there. Don't know if that came across clear in the video, but yeah, there's a lot of snow here in the mountains. We're going through one of many tunnels. This might be the one that we come out and there's a waterfall directly on our left, which is why I'm taking this video. I actually cut away because it's been like a minute of just passing through a tunnel, and now, no, this is just snowbanks here. Waterfalls might be on the other side. There's a lot to see here.
Seconds after we emerge from the tunnel, another one about a minute and a half after that. They're most likely going to be frozen up and a little hard to see this morning with all this fresh snow. But again, a couple of nice small waterfalls at the left-hand side of the train. Don't expect Niagara Falls, but again, a couple of nice small frozen waterfalls at the left-hand side of the train here as we pass through this next sighting. After we get out of this next tunnel, about 30 seconds after, will be the first one, another one about a minute and a half after that. Keep an eye on that same left-hand side of the train for about the next 5 minutes or so. Be a couple of nice small canyons with some water as well. So about 30 seconds after we emerge again, we'll be down and towards the front of the train. I'd recommend video, not photo. If you try and take a photo, you'll probably see your reflection in a minute. About
about 8 seconds. So you'll be on this big right-hand curve down towards the front. This one will probably be pretty hard to see with all the snow. 9, 4, 3, 2, 1. There goes the first one. That's all frozen. Okay. Next one's a little easier to see. It's more of a staircase one.
Just had a little micro nap. I don't know how long I was asleep, but I woke up and the trees no longer have snow on them. There's still snow on the ground. It looks like we
over the highway.
Yeah. Okay. So we're So we're almost back in the snow crate. Yeah.
Flat grass. Irrigation.
This is Oak Ridge, so we're getting close to Eugene.
Yeah.
There's still scraps of snow on the ground, but we're back in Willamette Valley in late winter weather, warm, rain, and that's this.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, 19.2 is the dimension. Sorry, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have cell service.
There we go.
We're going up to the reservoir now. Next.
Yeah, so we crossed the Willamette, now the reservoir will be on the other side. So here's the reservoirs, and they're, at this point, they're not full here.
Mississippi, north to south, or
it is more east west too, but it's all around. They came back to
And then here, you can see the reservoir is beginning as a reservoir. We can see that for a while, then the trees get in the way. You're stopped at Eugene, Oregon. And usually I like to get off and see what's going on. Especially it looks like we're having a lively time out there. But I've had a long weekend. Long Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm just going to sit here and, we're out of battery. Oh no.
Seattle, Washington. If you just joined us here, we're please ask you to take a moment to look at that safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Has an overview of the safety features of this train set. Also, for your own personal safety, we would please ask that you wear shoes at all times when walking through the train, and also use those seat backs for stability. All Amtrak trains are non-smoking. Does include the use of e-cigarettes. It does include inside the restrooms and the vestibules. We only have one remaining smoke break at Portland, Oregon. All other stops are not, I repeat, not smoke stops. Do not come downstairs unless it is your final destination or again has been announced as a fresh air stop.
So heading north out of Eugene. Almost done with my trip on the Coast Starlight. Interestingly, today's date is March 4th, and I'm doing the opposite. I'm going back. Lots of fresh snow up in the Cascades. Rainy and snowy weekend here that I missed. There's the Junction City Water Tower. This is the same Junction City I was in 2 weeks ago. Got here a very different method that time. Here's the Willamette again. This is the last time I'll be crossing the Willamette on this train, but I still have to cross it one more time to get home. When it comes to the Coast Starlight and people talk about the views, they mostly talk about the Cascade Mountains or then the seacoast, in Southern California. And the Willamette Valley is not quite like that, but I still think this is a nice view. Right now we're paused in Shed, where I've been before, because we're waiting for the Amtrak Cascades to pass on the other track. And this is a expected stop, and it won't be very long. We're still on schedule. Well, I should have been recording because it just went right by that quickly. Well, that was that. I just deboarded in Albany. There's people getting on the train. And I'm done with the train part. I still have to get to Corvallis. And because it's a Saturday, that will take a while. And also I'm hungry, so you know what this means. It's milkshake time. I'm in Albany. Got myself some tater tots and a milkshake. This is a very personal trip. This is a very personal record of my trip. I know that for a lot of people, even though there's interest in the Coast Starlight, things like what to do when you have an overly fancy pizza and you need to get rid of it, and where to go for tater tots in Albany. A lot of just little personal anecdotes as I bounce around, but I hope that's okay. So I'm in Albany. I have about an hour here. There is actually a bus that comes earlier, but I bought a bus, an Amtrak ticketed bus, because I thought it would be more reliable and I was sure of the schedule. And the earlier one kind of bounces around, so it really wouldn't get me home earlier. And also, you know, after all this trip, hey, maybe I'll see something new. Might as well get it in because I've already paid the cost. So I'm gonna go walk down by the riverfront and see what's going on there. Here we have another Anna's hummingbird. I didn't get quite as close as I did in Oakland, but there we go. This path goes on for a while along the river. One thing is, as tired as I am from all that moving, I also was kind of cramped up because, you know, being on a train, it's not really a good place to get a lot of natural range of motion. So even though I'm tired, I also do like to kind of walk it off when I get off of a train. Well, thank you, I guess. We have some inspirational quotes and stuff along the path. And I think this path leads to a park, or maybe I'm already in the park, or maybe it leads nowhere. It looks like it might just be leading to a road right here, and I might turn around because I do want to get back and to not miss my bus. So I am continuing back. This entire little walk will take probably an hour from the time I left the train station to when I return. You know, okay for a Saturday. Well, now I'm back in Albany, walking, well, I was always in Albany, back on the main street in Albany, walking back to the train station, and now I'm really tired. Worked out some of that anxious energy from being cooped up, and I'm just waiting to get back there and gonna sit down and wait for my bus. Final bus that I'll be boarding in a minute. Just got off the bus here in Corvallis at the transit center. It's back to raining and it's chilly. It's substantially more wet and chilly in the Willamette Valley than in the Silicon Valley, in case you didn't know. This is also the end of the second of the 5 big plans, and it's only the beginning of March. That's good. And I would say that I was going to slow down, but in reality, I think I have a pretty packed month. But for now, yeah, I'm going to go home and be tired. But I'm glad I pulled this off because it was a pretty daunting trip. Also, it was 48 hours ago, I was waiting in the train station in Albany. So I did all of this in 48 hours, including going to places I've never been before and going to places I have been before in a new way. So I'm pretty proud that I got it done. And now I'm going to go home and rest.